Hey y'all, this is Theron West II, and this is the Be Ready anthem, y'all. I hope y'all ready. Stay ready, be ready, 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 stay ready. Every show, new face, new dream. Young man out here, building 18 from the track to the court to the turf and the ring. They all grown different, but they got the same theme. Putting in work when the lights not on. Late nights, early morning, still going strong. They don't do it for the lights, they do it for the fight. Future looking bright, cause they training for their life. So be ready, stay ready, 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 be ready, stay ready. Spotlight on them, time to show love. Brother smart and dream, all star from above. The hustle in their heart, purpose in their feet, and they voice on this mic that echoes in the streets. Every episode, no cap, no fake. Just young bugs grinding, rising to the stage. Different faces, same goals. Rise above the pressure, yeah. Holding goals on. Be ready, stay ready. 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 So put your hands together for my boys, Coach Tony and Carlos, for the Be Ready podcast coming on right now. Let's get it, let's go, y'all.
And we are live. Welcome, guys, to episode 98 of the Be Ready Sports Podcast, y'all. All right. Thank you guys for coming on this Wednesday night. It's been a while since we had one of these Wednesday nights, Julian. It's been a while since we done one of these Wednesday nights, but here we are, episode 98, on the road to the 100th episode. And of course, we need to do a Wednesday episode on the road to 100. So here we are on Wednesday night, episode 98, just 2 episodes away from episode 100. And make sure to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You guys like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's where we're live right here, live on YouTube. So please make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get notified of when we go live. Follow our Instagram at Be Ready Sports Podcast on Instagram. That is where we post sports news, podcast clips, anything podcast related will be right here. We'll be on Instagram. We'll be on Instagram at Be Ready Sports Podcast. All right, episode 98. We got a special guest here tonight from a pretty familiar spot here around the country. So let's introduce him on. Tonight's guest is a 12-year-old class of 2032 basketball player from South Florida, y'all. South Florida. He plays guard for Pioneer Middle School and for the Lab in AAU. This athlete is 2025. In 2025, was a PSD top 20 standout, and in the summer of 2026, attended the National Phenom Basketball Camp in Seal Beach, California, and was recognized three times as a top player at the Marcus McGee Best of the Best Showcase. So now, please welcome to the Be Ready Sports Podcast, Julian LaFleur, y'all. Julian, what's up, man?
What's up?
Nothing much. So, all right. So give a little icebreaker by yourself to the audience here tonight.
All right. My name is Julian LaFleur, and I've been playing basketball for around 3 to 4 years, and it's just something I really love doing. I've been to camps, but at the end of the day, all it takes is just hard work and dedication.
For sure, indeed, hard work, dedication. Lead you to success. So, good job for you, Julian, and welcome on the show. Welcome on the show, episode 98. And let's get right to it, shall we, with some sports topics just to warm you up into this sports podcast. So, all right, so let's do our annual ASN history. All right, guys, if you guys are new on this show, we do this every show. We basically go on the ASN Instagram page, grab what they put for today. So basically, on this day, on January 28th, these events occurred on this day. So basically, I'm gonna just read out the events and their backgrounds, and yeah. So basically, I'm just do that. Anthony Davis, that first one right there in 2019. Anthony Davis, he requested a trade on this day while he was with the Pelicans. At this time, Anthony Davis, he was in the prime of his career, was a very good player at this time, an all-star at this point of his career. He signed. He basically requested a trade after not signing an extension with the team, and basically said he would like to be traded. Anthony Davis at the time was 25 at that time. Julian, he was 25. Undeniably one of the NBA's top talents. He was a 2012 number one pick, and he was averaging 29.3 points per game, 13.3 rebounds, 4.4 assists, and 2.6 blocks per game. So he was a dog over there in New Orleans, but basically he just won it out. And obviously he moved from the Pelicans to the Lakers, which he's playing, which obviously he's not playing for the Lakers now. Obviously we all know what happened. Obviously with that trade, now he's in Dallas and obviously injury prone. And I don't know what's going to happen to Anthony Davis, Julian. I don't know what's going to happen, but you know, on that day, Julian, Anthony Davis, he requested a trade out of New Orleans. The second one on that list is the Giants, the New York Giants. They hired Brian Daboll on this day in 2022. The Giants, they hired Brian Daboll as their next head coach. He was 46, has spent the last 4 seasons as the Bills' offensive coordinator, going from a criticized hire to, I don't know why they put rousing success, but Brian Daboll, basically, he's no longer with the team now, Julian. So basically, he got fired from the Giants. Now it's John Harbaugh now with the Giants. So basically, on that day in 2022, he got hired. So basically, he lasted about 3 years, I guess you can say. 3 years, basically. So that's that in 2022. Also on this day, my co-host will be happy about this one. He's a Niners fan, Julian. The 49ers of San Francisco, they advanced on this day in 2024 to Super Bowl 58. They defeated the Detroit Lions at home in the NFC Championship game, and they advanced to the Super Bowl, which was in Las Vegas. And yeah, they represented the NFC. And also on the same day, Julian, the Chiefs, they also advanced to Super Bowl 58 as they beat the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championship game. So it ended up being a Chiefs-Niners Super Bowl that happened over there in Super Bowl 58.
I remember that game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I remember it too, but I can't remember the result of that one. I can't remember the result of that one. And I think the Chiefs won that one.
The Chiefs won that one.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And then now, fast forward to current time, the Chiefs, they missed the playoffs. The Chiefs missed the playoffs. That's like crazy. That's like crazy to me.
Go Pats.
Go Pats.
Yeah.
So they're in the Super Bowl, Julian. So what are your thoughts on, the Patriots, going to the Super Bowl?
I did not expect it.
Yeah, because I remember the Patriots, they were the worst team in the AFC East. And I still remember that. To now, you guys hired a very good coach in oh my gosh, what's that?
Drake May.
No, not Drake May, but the coach. He's
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel. Okay, thank you, Julian. Yeah, Mike Vrabel. You guys bring him in and he changed the culture big time, and then you develop a guy like Drake May, as your franchise quarterback, which is amazing for you guys. And then you guys bring on Diggs and veterans like that into the team, and then boom, just like that, Patriots top of the AFC again, and they're one win away from winning a Super Bowl. But it's gonna be hard for them because they got to take on a Seattle Seahawks team who has been amazing over there in the NFC.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a difficult one, Julian. So I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna go for the Patriots in that one, right?
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. So that's next weekend, I believe. Yes, that'll be next weekend. that will be in San Francisco, actually. So, wow, look at that. We segue into San Francisco. All right. Also in 2021, Deshaun Watson. Yeah, guys, he's still in the league. Deshaun Watson. At that time, he was with Houston and basically requested a trade. He requested a trade out of Houston. Um, he had unhappiness over there in Houston and things outside the field that affected Deshaun Watson. So basically, he wanted out of Houston and basically wanted a fresh start. So, and then basically he got traded to, I believe, Cleveland, and we haven't seen him since. Basically, for the Browns and Deshaun Watson. So
Yeah.
so that's Deshaun Watson, who was a star at Clemson. He was a star at Clemson going into the league, and then obviously off a cliff and dealing with off the field issues. Let's say that. All right. So let's get into some tennis here. By the way, the Australian Open is going on right now on ESPN. So just a little side note. Roger Federer won the 2018 Australian Open. Julian, you know who that is?
Nope, never heard of him.
Nah? Yeah. So Roger Federer, he's pretty much a big time name in the world of tennis. Like, I don't watch tennis like that, but Roger Federer, he's definitely one of those top names over there in tennis. So
I know the Jannik Sinner.
Oh yeah, Jannik Sinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, and also on this day in 2024, Jannik Sinner won the Australian Open that year in 2024, the Australian Open. 2022, Kevin Colbert stepped down as GM for the Steelers after April's draft. They said the Steelers will start a search for a successor immediately, but may not make the hire until after the draft. So basically, he made this, I think, after the draft. Kevin Colbert stepped down as the GM for the Steelers. And then also a pretty familiar name in 2017, Serena Williams. Julian, you know who that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all know who she is. Serena Williams won the Australian Open in 2017, 9 years ago. So that's that for the Australian Open. That's going on right now, actually, on ESPN Network. So if you guys want to check that out. But the only thing is, Julian, that those games are late for people in the U.S. for us. So obviously, you gotta stay up late at night to watch those because obviously it's in Australia, time change, all that. So obviously, it's gonna be hard for people to watch, but people still end up watching. 2015, Kyrie Irving was with the Cavs, scored 55 points that night. In 2015, the Broncos, they hired Wade Phillips as a defensive coordinator. And then in 2025, probably the most recent one here, the Sacramento Kings, they opened up trade talks for De'Aaron Fox. All right, Julian, so what are your thoughts on all these events that occur on this day on January 28th?
I say these are all pretty big events.
Yeah, they are indeed. Some big time events. Yeah, for sure. Niners Chiefs Super Bowl. Anthony Davis requesting a trade, which made him go to LA, the Lakers, which he won. He won an NBA Finals over there during the COVID bubble. But definitely that last one, kind of popped out with De'Aaron Fox. With De'Aaron Fox, he was a franchise guy over there at Sacramento. He was a franchise guy at Sacramento. Was with them through thick and thin when Sacramento was nothing, basically, when they were nothing. And basically he was there when the Kings made the playoffs and went up against Golden State in a 7-game series. They lost in game 7. Obviously, we haven't seen Sacramento in a playoff since then. But, De'Aaron Fox leaving Sacramento definitely kind of shocked me there. But, it is what it is. He's with San Antonio and he's
helping out Wemby.
Yeah, he's helping out Wemby and, that team over there in San Antonio. So, guys, so that's the list right there. Those are the list of events. January 28th, pretty historic day in sports. A lot of very good events that occurred on this day on January 28th. So Julian, one of our new features on this show is our chat. So I don't know if you can see on the bottom right corner, that's going to be, the chat. So basically that's my co-host, by the way. That's my co-host. He said on this day in 2036, so 10 years from now, Julian scores 55 points for the Celtics, only to lose a close one to Luca and the Lakers, which he should be around at the league at the time. It's only 10 years. So your thoughts on that, Julian?
Nah, we're gonna win that game.
You're gonna win it, 55 points.
Yeah,
You heard it, Tony. You heard it,
I'm
Coach. Tony.
scoring 55 points. My team's winning.
Hey, you better 55 points. Hey, success. Better pay off. So, and then he said cap. Yeah, so he should be on in a minute. He should be on in a minute. So if you want to talk that about him, you could. But Coach Tony should be coming on, guys. He should be coming on the show soon, for episode 98 soon. All right, so now let's switch gears. Well, not really switch gears. Now let's talk about this story here that opened up today, basically. So as you guys can see there, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Man, Giannis situation over there in Milwaukee is getting spicy over there in Milwaukee. Trade talks are heating up over there in Milwaukee. There was a little bit of trade talks earlier, but now it's starting to heat up now, Julian. As you can see, two-time MVP Giannis is ready for a new home at the February 5th NBA trade deadline or in the offseason as several rival teams make aggressive offers to the Milwaukee Bucks for him. And the franchise is starting to listen. So basically the teams that are in the search, well, basically the aggressors basically to this search are the New York Knicks, the Miami Heat, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Golden State Warriors. So basically those are the four teams that are the aggressors. Basically they're serious suitors. But out of the four teams, Julian, the Golden State Warriors, they have the most attractive package. So your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably where he's gonna end up going. But if he ends up going to the Knicks, that would be crazy, especially with their stacked roster right now.
The Knicks?
Yeah, but he's probably gonna end up going to Golden State.
Yeah, for sure, indeed. The Warriors, they have the most attractive package, and obviously Milwaukee, they obviously want the most attractive package. They obviously want the most attractive package, the best for their franchise. So pretty much Milwaukee, they want what's best for their franchise, basically. So if the Warriors, they have that, obviously Milwaukee's going to go for it, obviously, because they want to do what's best for their franchise and send Giannis out of Milwaukee. So basically, trade talks are heating up. February 5th, that's the trade deadline. So I guess we'll see. Is Giannis? So Julian, do you think Giannis leaving the Bucks?
I can see him leaving. Yeah.
Yeah. It might be. There's some aggressive teams going after Giannis, and the Warriors, they have the most attractive package. So that's what it looks like right now. So Coach Tony said Knicks need to get Cat out of there. Hey, I guess we'll see. But Giannis right now still in Milwaukee at this time. He's still in Milwaukee at this time. But the Warriors, they have the most attractive package. So that's where things stand. And I guess we'll see what goes on, from now until February 5th, the trade deadline. So we'll see what happens. So that's the Giannis story that's been developing all day today. So that is Giannis and the Bucks. All right, now let's move on to some college basketball here. Here's another game. Here's one game that happened.
Double overtime.
Yeah, I know. So this game happened last night. Between Virginia and Notre Dame. What a game this was, Julian. So basically, so Notre Dame had a big lead. Notre Dame actually had a big lead in the first half, actually, over Virginia. Virginia rallied a little bit in the first half. They kept it a close game in the second half. And then I'm going to show you this video. So, I'm actually show you that later in OT. So they forced overtime, pretty good overtime. And then this shot was hit by UVA to force overtime. So Here's the shot from UVA.
Now you gotta get
8 to shoot. Hall backs out. Here's Lewis with 5. Launches for the tie and hits.
A tough shot indeed from UVA, forcing double OT. And as you can see there, Julian, UVA, they survived against Notre Dame. Notre Dame has some tough hoopers. They have some tough hoopers. And I was actually watching that game. They were hitting threes like crazy from like long range. So UVA, they win this one, the number 17 team in the country. They survived against Notre Dame. Julian, your thoughts on this one?
I say this is a pretty insane game. That shot was tough.
Oh yeah, that shot was tough. That shot was very tough. You know, forced double OT, and as you can see there, Virginia, they pulled out the win for UVA. The shooter that hit that was number 5 Sam Lewis. He had 21 points in that game. He went 5 for 8 from the 3-point line. So basically 15 of his points was from threes, especially that 3. So yeah, he was on with shooting, led UVA to a win. And now UVA, they're 17-3. They're 3rd in the ACC. They are looking really good right now. Bouncing back from that loss against North Carolina the game before. Their next game they got is on the road in Boston College, a team who's meh right now. They're a meh team, but their next game will be against Boston College. Meanwhile, for the Irish and Notre Dame, they're 16th in the ACC. Yes, guys, Notre Dame is a part of the ACC for basketball, not football. For football, they're independent. Basketball, they're in the ACC. Yeah, so right now in Notre Dame, they have been struggling. They lost 8 of their last 9. They're struggling right now with their only win out of that 9 games was against BC at home. So their next game will be on Saturday as they take on Syracuse on.
They put up quite the fight against the number 17th ranked team in the country, I'd say.
They did, and for Notre Dame, they had a big lead. Actually, had a big lead. You know, when I was watching other games and I heard about this game and I saw Notre Dame had a big lead, I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? What's going on here with Notre Dame? They're having a big lead over UVA, and then I find out UVA came back. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta watch this one, and it ends up being a very good game. And obviously, you can see there, Julian, UVA, they survived. So UVA, they get the dub over Notre Dame. All right, so now let's talk about this one. Hold on. Yeah, Julian, so you know what that means, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is an upset alert. Indiana, how about the Hoosiers? Winning a national championship a few weeks ago to now knocking off their in-state rival, Purdue, who is just on a slump right now. They knocked him off 72-67. For Indiana, that is their first quad 1 win of the season. So basically, Julian, that is a big-time win for Indiana.
Yeah.
Quad 1 means a big win. Indiana led for the back half of the first half, had a double-digit lead at one point. Purdue, they rallied, but fell short. So Purdue, they fall to Indiana. They were once the number 14 in the country.
That's quite the upset.
Yeah, they lost to UCLA, then they lost to Illinois, and then now the suffering continues as they lost to their in-state rival. So, Julian, your thoughts on this upset?
Man, I say, Purdue's they shouldn't even be ranked at this point.
Yeah, I know. Right now, they're falling off a cliff, and there's no hope in sight. They're 17-4. They're 5th in the Big Ten. They got 3 conference losses now, so it's not looking good in regards to conference-wise. But now the question is, like, I'm pretty sure Purdue may be still in the March Madness tournament by March, but how far
they make it.
How far is this thing going to go? Because right now they're on a 3-game losing streak, which is the most they suffered this season, they've been on a roll, Julian. So basically, if you look at their schedule, they've been looking amazing. Beating Alabama earlier in the year, they beat Texas Tech. They lost to Iowa State by a lot. That was their first loss. Then they beat Auburn, and then they beat some of these tough teams until they went on the road, lost to UCLA, lost to Illinois, lost to Indiana. Now you got to go on the road again on Sunday, take on Maryland, who may not be a good team, but I don't know how
what's happening.
Yeah, I know something's happening with Maryland, with them. Maryland, they're 5-4 at home. So Julian, do you think Purdue's gonna bounce back on Sunday against Maryland?
Yeah, I think they'll win.
They better, because if they don't, I think they'll be unranked by the next rankings, and it's not gonna look good for Purdue being a number 4 team in the country at one point to now being unranked, which is not good at all. But besides the fact, congrats to Indiana, the Hoosiers. They've been a great team at home. They're 11-2 at home, knocking off a big time team like Purdue. Indiana, they're 14-7. They're doing really good right now. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Their next game is against at UCLA. So Indiana needs to come down to earth on Saturday as they take on UCLA, because they're up here right now, but as fast as you go up here, the fast you come down. So so they gotta come back to earth as they take on UCLA, and then Purdue's obviously next game is on Sunday afternoon as they take on Maryland. All right, let's go to this next game. Oh my goodness, what a game this was over there in the MACtion Mid-American Conference. Miami, Ohio, they survived again. How many times are they going to survive Miami, Ohio?
100.
100 times, yeah. So Miami, Ohio, the number 24 team in the country, primarily because they're undefeated right now, Julian. They're 21-0. They're 21-0. They're one of the 2 teams that is still undefeated, them and Arizona. So that's just an amazing stat from Miami, Ohio. They won 86-84 to a UMass team where they actually play in the Orange Bowl Classic down here in South Florida, and I was actually there in person.
I was there too.
Oh yeah, you were?
Yeah.
Shoot. Obviously, we were both there at that game. Well, at that UMass Florida State game, and I'm a Florida State guy, Julian. So I was watching that game. After that first half, I was actually pretty happy about Florida State because Florida State had momentum.
That's where I want to go to college right there.
Yeah, it was. Florida State looked good, but I don't know what happened in the second half. UMass just showed up and they ended up winning. They ended up winning over my Seminoles. So UMass, obviously, a tough team. They're going to be a tough out, but, they gave Miami, Ohio all they could. But the Redhawks, the Miami, Ohio, 21-0, undefeated, number 24 team in the country. They're rolling. 21 wins in a row. Julian, your thoughts on that?
I say they're gonna lose their next game.
Next game, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So their next game they got is against Northern Illinois. So
never mind, they're gonna win.
yeah. So let me tell you about Northern Illinois. So they're 6-3 at home. They're 7-13.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna win.
And they're worse than UMass, Julian. So I'm pretty sure you can, use some basic knowledge there to see who who will win that one. So, so if you look at Miami, Ohio's schedule, they're not going to get another challenge until February as they take on Buffalo at Buffalo, a Buffalo team who gave them a fight at home in Miami, Ohio, gave them a fight in overtime. So now Miami, Ohio got to go to Buffalo for that game in February. So that might be their toughest test yet. Got to go on the road. So that's going to be tough for them, but I guess we'll see because, the Redhawks had one more game before that Buffalo game, and I guess we'll see. Yes, UMass is good. Yes. I'll definitely admit, UMass, they're a pretty good team. Me and Julian were there at that game. I was there for my high school team. My high school team was there, we watched it together as a team, and I basically saw UMass. They were a pretty good squad. They're a pretty good squad. They're definitely a tough out over there in the MACtion. But surprisingly, UMass, they're not even top 5 in their conference. Like they're, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 8th in their conference out of 13 teams. So UMass, so they're 4 and 6 in the conference. Pretty shocking. But UMass, I think they'll pull through. But they gave their best effort. It wasn't good enough to beat UMass.
Yeah, shout out to UMass. That's where my dad went to college.
Oh yeah, shout out the Minutemen of UMass. Shout out to your dad. Shout out.
Go Noles.
Go Noles indeed. Go Noles indeed. Speaking about the Seminoles, they're actually playing right now. They're playing Cal. It's halftime right now. Florida State leads Cal 36-23. So can Florida State keep it up? We'll see. Hopefully they can. Florida State's a tough team to be at home. They're definitely a tough team to be at home. They almost beat Wake Forest. Which they should have won, but no. It is what it is, But I think Florida State, I think Florida State can pull this one out against Cal, as we'll see. So that game will be on the ACC network. That game's going on right now, live on the ACC network. All right, so let's move on with our show. Michigan State. What a game this was, Julian. So, wow, what a game this was. So
a lot of overtimes.
I know. Yep. Welcome to college basketball, Julian. College basketball is So every night it's gonna be like this in OT. You're always gonna have those games that go to OT. So Michigan State, 88-79. Oof. Well, I wouldn't say this game had a margin like that. So let me tell you about this, Julian. So it was regulation, right? Regulation. It looked like Rutgers was going to upset Michigan State. That's what it basically looked like. That's what it looked like in regulation. Michigan State rallied back until this happened. So let me show you a video of that game between Michigan State and do I have it? Oh, no, I don't. Okay, no, I don't. Yeah, so basically Michigan State hit a corner 3. They hit a corner 3 to force OT. And obviously, as you can see in overtime, Julian, Michigan State, they just dominated Rutgers in overtime, pulled away late. And Michigan State, Jeremy Fears was the story for Michigan State. He had like a career high, like 29 points or something like that for Michigan State. He was great for Michigan State, and they survived. Julian, your thoughts on this? The Spartans beat Rutgers.
I say it sounds like it was a game that was just back to back, but I mean, you got to play all the way through.
Yeah, you got to play all the way through. Rutgers was right there. They were right there, but number 17 in the country, 19-2, Jeremy Fears, they showed up and pulled out the win over Rutgers. Michigan State, they survived against a Rutgers team who's a pretty tough team at home. They're a pretty tough team at home, but Michigan State gets the win. They're 19-2, Julian. Michigan State, they're 19-2. Their only losses were to Duke and Nebraska. So those are the only 2 losses Michigan State has. So their next game is against Michigan, who is the current number 3 team in the country. So that's gonna be a huge rivalry game.
Yeah, that's a big game.
It's gonna be a Friday night game, Julian. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna be watching this one on Friday night.
Yeah.
So top 10 matchup. That's gonna be live on Fox, nationally televised game. What a way to end off a week night than to watch that one, Michigan and Michigan State. So that's Michigan State's next game. Was Michigan State looking forward to Michigan? Maybe, but they got through Rutgers. I'm pretty sure they're going to be ready for Michigan. Meanwhile, for Rutgers, they're on a 4-game losing streak. Their next game will be against USC on the road. So that's for Rutgers. And speaking about Michigan, what a game this was. Julian. So this was the game of the night on paper. You have undefeated Nebraska, who was number 5 team in the country, undefeated at the time. They were one of 3 teams who was undefeated. them, Miami, Ohio, and Arizona. They took on a Michigan team who was 19-1, a shocking loss to Wisconsin for Michigan, which I think if it wasn't for that loss, they would be undefeated right now. But number 3 in the country. Close game. The thing was a close game throughout all of it. The first half, second half came down to a final play. Michigan gets a stop. Michigan, number 3 team in the country, they get a quad 1 win over a top 5 team in Nebraska, hands them their first loss. Julian, your thoughts on this?
I mean, I say this Michigan State game is going to be really big.
It's going to be huge.
Because because Michigan State lost to Nebraska. But how close was that game close?
So that game between Nebraska and Michigan State, that game, it was 58-56, yeah.
So it was close. So I say I have Michigan State beating Michigan.
Interesting. All right. So what if I told you the game was at Michigan? Oh, yeah, so the game's at Michigan State. So in my favor, your choice, Julian, with Michigan State. It's going to be at Michigan State. And obviously with these rivalry games, obviously the home team's gonna have a lot of advantage for a rivalry game. So Michigan State, they're gonna be ready to go as they take on Michigan. So Julian, so you got Michigan State winning, right?
Yeah.
All right, I guess we'll see. That game will be on Friday night. That'll be 2 nights from now. So for that top 10 showdown in the state of Michigan between Michigan and Michigan State. Yeah, so Nebraska, their next game will be against Illinois, another great matchup over there on a Sunday. So that game will be on a Sunday afternoon between Nebraska and Illinois, which is going to be a great one. Then obviously we all know Michigan's next game will be against Michigan State. All right, so now let's move on to a blowout that occurred this week. This game was on a Monday. This game was on a Monday night. Duke, the number 4 team in the country, dominates number 20 Louisville, McCall Brown Jr. and Louisville, Cameron Boozer. What a night he had for Duke. He keeps on dominating as a freshman, one of the top freshmen in the country. Keeps on dominating. 83-52, beat him by 31. Julian, your thoughts on this Duke?
This is crazy.
It is crazy indeed, But Louisville, here's the thing about Louisville. They're inconsistent. They're inconsistent because, you lose to Arkansas, you beat Indiana, you lose to Tennessee, you lose to Duke at home by 11. Then you lose to UVA, then you lose to Duke. So basically the teams that I just mentioned were ranked teams. So basically, if you look at their schedule, they basically have one ranked win, basically, and that one ranked win was against 2 ranked wins against Kentucky.
Hold on, my mom's calling me. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, so just to talk about that game, Kentucky. Yeah, so there are 2 ranked wins this season, whereas against Kentucky and Indiana. So
Okay,
back. You good? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I was saying, Julian, so their 2 ranked wins was against Kentucky, their rivals, and Indiana for Louisville, which is not really impressive at all. Well, if you look at it, it's not impressive at all. But, Louisville, they're inconsistent. And, they lose to a team who is consistent in Duke. So they pretty much got exposed basically against Duke. And as you can see at the score right there, Duke's the real deal.
Yeah.
They're the real deal indeed over there in the ACC. Duke, 19-1. I don't even remember their last loss in my head, but if you look at their schedule, their last loss was against Texas Tech.
They're ranked?
At the time, they were 19, but I think they're currently ranked right now, Texas Tech. Yeah, they're currently ranked right now. They're currently ranked 11 right now. So for Duke, that was a pretty good loss. And that loss was only 1 point. So I guess you can say that was a pretty good loss. But for Duke, they've been steamrolling through everybody, including the non-conference opponents,
Yeah.
like Kansas, Arkansas, Florida, Michigan State, Louisville, SMU. Like they're steamrolling through everybody over there in the ACC. So their next game will be against Virginia Tech, a Virginia Tech team who is pretty good at home. They're 12-1 at home. Virginia Tech, they're 12-1, so they're going to be a tough out. And I don't know if you saw that game, Julian, between Duke and Florida State. But Florida State gave Duke a run for their money.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, Florida State almost got the upset. They almost did, but fell short. But I don't know, Julian. So do you think Duke's going to lose to Virginia Tech? Because according to what I'm reading, Virginia Tech, they're 12-1 at home.
I think Duke's gonna I think it's gonna be like a really close game, but I think Duke's gonna win because those Boozer brothers are amazing.
They are indeed. They're amazing indeed. So Duke's gonna have a tough one on Saturday afternoon. Plus the game's at noon, so I guess we'll see what happens. But definitely, a little bit of an upset alert on Saturday afternoon as they take on the Hokies of Virginia Tech. So Duke, they blow out Louisville. They're resting right now for that game against Virginia Tech on Saturday afternoon. All right, how much games we got left? We got 2 more games in a few amount of time. All right, now let's talk about this game. Wow,
Arizona. They beat AJ DeBansa and BYU.
Yeah, so Arizona, number 1 team in the country. They are one of 2 undefeated teams. What a game this was. So basically, Julian, Arizona, they had a pretty significant lead in this game. But BYU, they came back. Like they rallied back, had some stops, had some turnovers. Like BYU could have won this game. BYU could have won this game. But, obviously they fall short. So I actually have a video for this. So basically, BYU had a chance to basically do something, basically to cut it to 1 possession, or even take the lead or tie. I forgot what it was. So here's the video of this possession between BYU and Arizona. And here it
go right inside, right step back, rejected. Go.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Okay. Oof, that was a close one. Yeah, so as you can see, Julian, in that clip, that was a close one. Arizona could have lost it, but Arizona's defense, their defense is what helped them out. They scored a free throw, and at the end, Arizona, they got the win. So your thoughts on that win?
I say this is a pretty significant win because BYU's a great team.
They're a very great team indeed. AJ DeBansa, he's been one of the top freshmen in the country. He was actually their leading scorer, actually, with 24 points. He was actually their leading scorer for BYU, but it wasn't enough to take down Arizona. When I think of Arizona, Julian, I think of Koa Pete, but Koa Pete was not the story in this one for Arizona. And the main story was 2 guards, the 2 starters here. Number 5, Braden Burries, who had a great game. He had like 29 points in that game. And number 0, Jaden Bradley. Those 2 were going off for Arizona. They both had double digits. They have 29 and 26. They both went 2 for 3 from 3. So them both were just doing amazing. And basically carrying Arizona as they beat BYU. So Julian, Arizona, number 1 team in the country. I think, in my opinion, they solidify as the number 1 team in the country with this win. They're undefeated. They've faced a lot of tough opponents. Even UConn. They played UConn.
UConn?
And they beat them 71-67.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, but speaking about Arizona, I was actually watching them in their game 1 against Florida. And when they beat Florida, I was like, this team looks legit. This team might be the number one team in the country. Like, I think this team is a team we're going to be looking at, and it's going to be the number one team in the country. And fast forward from November to January, they're the number one team in the country. They picked up multiple ranked wins, and they're just rolling at 21-0. Their next game will be at Arizona State. So that game will be at Arizona State. Arizona State, they're 6-4 at home. They're pretty average, but I think Arizona has proved that they can go anywhere around the country.
Yeah, they can take anything, beat anyone.
Yeah, to any arena. I think Arizona can go to any arena in the country, basically win, and win as in close, and win as in close, obviously, because obviously going on the road, to Kansas, which they're going to go on the road to Kansas this year, and they're good. It's a tough place to play over there at Kansas. The Fieldhouse, Allen Fieldhouse, that is a tough place to play over there in Kansas. That is a tough place to play, and Arizona's got to go in there on a Monday night. So I think that'll be a daunting task for Arizona, but that's later down the line. Arizona's got to take it one game at a time, and I guess we'll see. Can Arizona keep it rolling? So I guess we'll see, Julian. Can they keep it rolling? Because they got a tough road ahead of them. They got some ranked opponents, some tricky road games. So we'll see how it goes there. So one more game, Julian, before we get into your Q&A. Just one more game. It is this game, the Billikens of St. Louis. So those of you that don't know St. Louis, the Billikens. So this team just appeared out of nowhere, basically. St. Louis, this team, they're 20-1 right now, Julian. They're 20-1. They've been looking impressive this year. Even though they might not have a ranked win, but they've been winning. They've been winning. They kind of remind me of Miami, Ohio, basically. They kept on winning. They kept on winning and winning and winning. Their only loss this year was against Stanford by 1 point. By 1 point against a Power 5 opponent. So that's very impressive for St. Louis. So as you can see, they beat George Washington, a team, by the way, Julian. They were also at the Orange Bowl Classic. They take on Florida. Were you able to watch that game or no?
Yeah, I watched both games.
Fully?
Yeah. Well, not the first game, not the Florida State UMass. I pulled in midway through the first half.
Midway first, okay. So were you able to watch the Florida George Washington game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was actually there for a little bit of the Florida George Washington game, and then I just left after. And I thought Florida, was gonna, kind of, had to have a significant lead over George Washington, but
it was closer than I thought it was gonna be.
It was, it was. When you look at, when you look at that game, and the game was only 80-70. The game was only 80-70, and I'm like, George Washington, And by the way, George Washington, they're a team that that is dangerous in that conference. They're a dangerous team in that conference. So they win 79-76, and this game was actually tied, Julian. Well, no, St. Louis was down by 3 until this happened. So watch this video. Hi, Tony. What's up? So I'm going to play a video real quick. All right, Tony?
Thames on the move. Thames to Robbie. The three. Hits it! With 3 seconds. Long pass. Intercepted by Robbie. And the Billikens win it on a 3 by Avila. And they storm the Player of the Year candidate in front of the scorer's table.
For those of you that don't know, that hit that 3, that is Robbie Avila. So, Julian, do you know who that is or no?
I've heard his name, but I know he's in the race for one of the top players.
Yeah. So let me give you a backstory about Avila. So he played at Indiana State. He was amazing at Indiana State. Like some people refer to him as Larry Bird because he kind of has that build of Larry Bird. Basically, he kind of has that build. He was like some people say he was the best player at Indiana State since Larry Bird. Had a great story at Indiana State. Had a great story over there at Indiana State. They had a great story. It had a very good season that year. But then Avila, he transferred to St. Louis. And obviously, look at them now, the Billikens. Robbie Avila, 22 points, 4 from 8 from 3, 50% from 3. And Robbie Avila, Julian and Coach Tony, he's actually their leading scorer for the Billikens. So Robbie Avila, even though transferred from Indiana State, he is still a dog. He is still a dog. He is still playing lights out. Whatever team he plays for, it could be Indiana State or it could be St. Louis. But St. Louis, number 21 team in the country, they survive against George Washington. So, Julian, I'm going to start with you. So, what are your thoughts on this win over George Washington?
This win, I say, is significant because, now I think people are going to start recognizing them as more of a threat. And this team kind of reminds me of, like, the San Diego State when they had that huge run to, like, in the March Madness. Like, no one knew about them much, and then they made themselves known.
Yeah, that's the beauty of college basketball, Julian. You have these teams like the St. Louis's, like the Miami Ohio's. Like, you have these teams like High Point University, UNC Wilmington. You have these teams who are very talented. And if you see these stats from some of these teams, like, High Point, they're one of the best offenses in the country. Like if you see on ESPN, like, they're top 5 in, like, points scored in the country. High Point. Like, they're, like, top 10 in almost every category over there in the offensive side in college basketball. So, you have these small schools. You have these small schools like the St. Louis's, the Miami Ohio's that show up. And obviously, if they win their conference, they make March Madness. And it would be very interesting to see a team like a St. Louis, like a Miami, Ohio in the tournament, see how they pan out against a team like maybe a Clemson or UCF, maybe teams like that in March Madness, and see what happens. See what happens if these teams, can cause chaos. So St. Louis, they've been very impressive. They're on a huge winning streak right now. Their last loss, Julian, was on November 28 against Stanford.
A long while ago.
Yeah, I know. They haven't looked back since, and they are rolling. Their next game is against Dayton on Friday night. They're 3-3 on the road, so I guess we'll see. Can St. Louis keep the train rolling? And Robbie Avila, the transfer from Indiana State, keep the train rolling for the Billikens. Tony, so and I know you came in late, so do you have any comments about St. Louis college basketball related?
Yeah, I got a comment. How you gonna just ignore my brother who made our wonderful intro music, Carlos?
Oh, my bad. And I was on a roll.
Man, the Billikens could wait.
That
and I was on a
fire.
roll. Yeah. And I was on a roll. Talking about the Billikens, I got to give them support. But, obviously, shout out to Travell Richardson, Beats by the One, who made our beautiful intro, that 2-minute intro. So shout out to Beats by the One Productions.
Yep, got everybody nodding their head. No, I'm just kidding. But yep, you can hit them up on Instagram at Beats by the Run Productions, or you can email them beatsbytherunproductions@gmail.com. He can hook you up to. Well, I'm giving you a plug. Talking about leave Carlos alone. He's my co-host. I can troll him anytime I want.
Yeah, and I was on a roll, so obviously shout out Travell Richardson, Beats by the One Productions. All right, Julian, you ready for your Q&A?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, that's that with college basketball.
All right. Before you get into the Q&A, we're gonna do one wonderful segment here before we get into Q&A, Julian.
All right.
We're gonna role play real quick, since Mr. Carlos is gonna be the $200 million man on ESPN, and of course you're gonna be a hooper hooping for the Celtics in the NBA. We're gonna do a role play. Carlos is you're gonna interview Julian. Julian just scored 55 points in the Garden, career high, only to lose to Luca
Win.
and the Lakers. No, I'll give you a better scenario. They he scored 55 points in the game 7 to eliminate the Miami Heat and advance to the NBA Finals.
That's better right there.
The finals. Okay, so the Celtics.
So you get
the Heat. Okay.
yeah. Julian's playing for his Celtics, and you are interviewing him
Yeah.
as he dropped 55 in a game 7, career high.
And where's
Game
this? In
seven.
Boston or Miami?
What?
No,
It's
at
on road.
home. We could do it in Boston and home at the Garden.
Boston. All right. TD Garden. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
So
at the Garden.
Julian, how does it feel? Score 55 points in a game 7 of an Eastern Conference Finals against the Miami Heat.
It feels pretty good, but ever since the beginning, I knew that I was gonna score 55 points because Coach T told me I was.
We're gonna give a shout out to Coach Tony.
They gonna put me on the Celtics coaching staff, bro. That's torture. Come on, keep the interview going. Go.
Yeah, so Julie, you're gonna advance to shoot.
The NBA Finals, and you're going to go up. You're about to go up against that alien Wemby in San Antonio. So how are you guys going to? How are you going to overcome Wemby, who had an MVP season this year?
So what we're gonna do is just try to break him down by dunking on him and stuff. Yeah.
He done set the record for shot blocks. He done shattered Wilt Chamberlain's record. He done had 730 block shots this season.
Yeah. Actually, the plan is to just hit a bunch of 3-pointers because that's what our team's good at.
Okay, so why you let me take over your interview, Carlos?
No, you're good. You're good.
So when you guys win, it'll be your first championship. What is how are you going to celebrate, Julian?
At the parade.
You going to celebrate at the parade?
Yeah.
See.
We're gonna have some fun there.
All right. I wish you all the success in the NBA Finals. You got a tough one down there with De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama. They'll be on a tear. They won 65 games this year. They just got through sweeping Luka Doncic and the Lakers in the Western Conference Championship. It's going to be a very, very tough matchup, but I wish you all the best of luck. Your Celtics, you led the way, got your Celtics into the finals. Very tough game 7 against Giannis and the Miami Heat. Coach Spo, great coach. But you guys did it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bring it home.
Yep.
Giannis and the Heat. Okay, so you're already forecasting that, Tony. Okay.
Giannis and the Warriors.
Nah, he don't need to go into that mess. The Heat will be a better and then Trey Bam, put Giannis out there with what's your young center?
Khalil Ware.
Khalil Ware. That'll be a dangerous front court. Send Bam over there send Bam to Milwaukee. Build a big 3. Well, they'll probably move Hero too, but build a big 3 with Hero. What's the dude's name from the Clippers?
Norman Powell.
You got Norman Powell out there hooping. You got Spo, great coach. That'll be a deadly front line.
That'll be for sure, indeed. All right, Julian. All right, so let's get into your Q&A because this show is about you. It's not a sports topic show. So let's get right into
Sports topic show is coming though.
It
The
is.
Lambo and Cash show is coming.
It is. Yeah. All right, Julian. So what inspired you to play basketball?
Well, Well, basketball was like kind of like the first real sport that I ever played, and like I knew that like the second I started playing it, that I had to like try as hard as I could, and if I tried as hard as I could, I'd be good at it. And now I'm here.
Sure. Yeah. Now you're here. All right. So you got a question in the chat, Julian, from our guy Tyler. So what position do you play?
Well, I play mostly like shooting guard, like the guard area.
Shooting guard. All right. All right, Tyler. That's your answer. Shout out to the support. Shout out for your support, Tyler. We really appreciate it. All right. Julian, so what is your favorite part about playing basketball?
My favorite part about basketball is probably just like the experience, because like traveling all over like Florida and all over the other places, like playing good competitions, things like that, which makes the game pretty fun.
For sure. Yeah. So what is your least favorite thing about playing basketball?
Nothing. I love it all.
Love it all.
Wow,
Okay.
that's the greatest answer ever.
Yeah, definitely different. Yeah. All right.
You good,
So,
Carlos?
Yeah, I know. I got a little cough here, you know.
Man, don't you get the S word, bro? I'm gonna have to come over to your house.
I'm good though. I'm good. Okay, Julian.
We
So
got the 100th episode coming up, bro. We need you 110%.
no, don't worry. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It's just All right, Julian. So which side of the ball you like playing better, offense or defense, and why?
Probably defense, because like you get to get at your defender more, like get them mad, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, so you like getting people mad?
Yeah.
You
know,
like
it's
trolling
like,
them?
yeah, I like trolling.
Gotcha. Trolling.
Oh, so he's gonna be a trash talker. He gonna
Okay.
be. So do you think you can out trash talk Isaiah Ortiz?
Yeah, I can't trash talk anybody, and I'm winning.
Ooh, that's gonna be something to watch, because Isaiah Ortiz is a massive, massive trash talker. He'll do it with his words. He does it with his actions. He does it with this. That dude takes trash talk to a whole nother level.
He does indeed. Okay.
He got on the Carlos's skin, and he was just doing an interview. No, I'm kidding.
That never happened. That never happened. All right, Julian. So since you're a guard, what is your favorite move on the basketball court?
A spin move?
The spin move.
Yeah. Like get into the paint and just spin for a layup.
Gotcha. All right. So what are your strengths as a basketball player?
My strengths as a basketball player is probably like my vision, my IQ, and my defense, and like my offense. So basically, I'm like an all-around player.
All around. All right. I like that. I like that. All right. So what is something that you want to improve on in your game?
Something I want to improve on is probably my mid-range shot.
Mid-range. All right. Got you. All right. Mid-range. All right. So what is your training / practice schedule like during the week?
So like Monday, I have basketball practice. Tuesday, my brother has basketball practice, but I still go and I practice with them. Wednesday, I just go to the local courts and play. Thursday, I have basketball practice, and Friday I have basketball practice.
All right. So So is your brother older or younger?
Younger, but I like practicing with them.
Okay. That's all right. That's all right. All right. All right. So you're always active.
Yeah.
Coach Tony, what's going on?
Just keep the show going.
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right, Julian. So, all right. So you're pretty active, and then I'm assuming Saturday and Sundays are like tournaments.
Yeah, tournaments.
So, what do you do on days that's like no tournaments, basically Saturday and Sundays?
If I'm not doing something, I'm either like hanging out with my friends, riding my bike, or just like practicing on my game.
Gotcha. All right. All right. So describe how's the experience of playing middle school ball with your middle school team over there at Pioneer.
Well, playing with them, I definitely learned a lot because like I'm playing with older kids. I got definitely much better, and they taught me a lot of things.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely playing middle school ball. It's different from AAU ball. Definitely different. Gotcha. All right. So what do you do to mentally prepare for a game?
When I mentally prepare for a game, well, I'm usually just like in my dad's car, just talking to him. I just like to get like locked in before the game.
I got you. So
Shout out to Big Joe. That's my
Yeah.
guy.
shout out. So you don't listen to music in the car, don't you?
No,
No
none
music.
of that.
Gotcha. All right. Right. So who do you idolize your game to, and why? And why that person?
Michael Jordan, because he's the GOAT.
Okay. Tony, your thoughts on that?
No, he just made up for being a Celtics fan.
Made it up. All right, Jordan, go. All right. All right. All right. So Julian, what is your favorite NBA team and why?
The Celtics,
All right.
because that's where like all my family's from, and like they're just really good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. The Celtics, they got a pretty, great franchise. The Celtics got a pretty great franchise, and a Celtics team who is doing pretty good than I thought. They're doing way better than I thought. With Jason Tatum out, Jaylen Brown taking over, they're doing really good right now.
Yeah.
Celtics, watch out. So Julian, what's your proudest basketball moment so far?
My proudest basketball moment is probably when I found out that I was going to be going to Phenom basketball camp. It's like a camp in California, because like I was thinking in my head like, so there's no regrets. Like I'm so happy I put in all this work to be here in this moment, to be able to go to a camp with some of the best players in the country.
Oh yeah, for sure. My brother actually got invited to the Phenom basketball camp over there in San Diego, and definitely a lot of elite players. Definitely a lot of elite players. It was a good experience, but the only problem was the location. So Julian, this Phenom showcase back in the day in 2018, that showcase in San Diego was taking place at an old airport hangar. Yeah, so let me explain. So it was very hot. It was July over in Southern California. I'm pretty sure Tony knows how that's like over there in Southern California. Hot and an old airport hangar with no AC. And basically, my brother had to be there all day from early in the morning to like late at night. So, that was crazy. So, how was your experience over there at the Phenom camp?
It was good. I mean, I met a lot of people and I had a lot of fun.
And where was that taking place? At a gym or?
Yeah, it's like a warehouse. They have like 8, 10, 12 basketball courts there.
Gotcha. So it's pretty much like a complex. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got you. All right. So if you had to meet any sports athlete, Julian, who would it be and why?
I would probably want to meet Derek White.
Derek White. Okay. Why Derek White?
Because he's like, when you look at him, he'll just get you 20 points a game, like 10 rebounds a game, and 5 assists, and he's a great dude. So, yeah.
All right. I got you. All right. So besides basketball, what other sport would you like to try and why?
Football.
And why football?
Because I like tackling and like it's fun.
Tackling. All right.
Yeah.
I got you.
I would want to be a defensive end.
Oh, D end. Okay.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
Right now I'm 5'6".
5'6". Okay. Yeah, because at D end, you definitely got to be, very active. Your hand got to be in the dirt, and D ends, they're, got to get to the quarterback, got to get a quarterback, got to be fast, got to be very fast, got to be strong. Obviously, you got to get to those O line, but, oh, you said DB, right?
No, defensive end.
Oh, defensive end. Okay, yeah, so same thing. All right. So last question, Julian. So what are your favorite hobbies / interests to do outside of basketball?
Just biking and hanging around with my dad.
Gotcha. Bike and hang around with that. All right. So that's the Q&A, Julian. Very good answers. Very good Q&A. Very good job. Coach Tony, you ready?
And then before we move forward, we're going to give a shout out to my man Carlos Rios, who scored double digits in his varsity game on Monday. He had a great game. He had 10 points, multiple assists. Just had a great all-around game. So Carlos don't like talking about himself, so I'm gonna do it for him.
Okay.
So Julian can respect greatness.
Yes.
So Carlos gets one of these. So Julian, it's your turn to interview Carlos.
Okay.
So you interview him about his game on Monday.
Okay. So Carlos, what was your most tough bucket on Monday?
Toughest bucket. Like toughest as in mean like cool, right?
Yeah.
I'll probably say one of my 3-pointers I had down the stretch because low key, and I hit a 3-pointer early in the game. Early in the game, got me, into the game. And then I low key had a slump. But then I hit a 3 like in the middle of the second half that, definitely got me out of that slump. And that whole gym was like, boo, when I hit that 3. And it literally felt amazing when I hit that 3. Got out of the slump, and I feel like I was back.
All right, next question. Who do you credit like all of your good basketball skills to?
Basketball skills. There's many people. Probably someone that's in this panel right now. Coach Tony. Shout out to him.
Julian, you helped my boy make varsity. Shout out to you, Julian, man. You the man.
I'll talk about Coach Tony, Julian. Coach Tony, he was definitely a part of that journey. Many coaches, like one, he's a college coach right now. He goes by the name of Josh Mendoza. He's the head coach over at Florida Memorial. He's definitely helped out a lot. And, yeah, and I feel like he's been the key part, of my trainings and, me getting better.
What team do you play for?
For high school?
Yeah.
Cypress Bay High School.
The Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you win this game or did you lose?
We won, fortunately. We won because if we would have lost, that would not have been good. But we won. We won by like 30. So yeah, so it felt like it was a good game overall.
One thing I can say about both of you guys have in common, you both had remarkable seasons this year for your schools. Pioneer had a great season this year. They had a lot of talent on that squad. They were loaded from top to bottom. Says a lot that you made it, Julian, because they were loaded, especially with their upperclassmen. And same thing with Cypress Bay. They got there, Carlos's younger brother, Christian, also on the same squad. So he's leading the way. Leading the way. Next year he'll be the man. He'll be the cap. But they're doing great. I can't remember. I don't know everybody on your squad, but I know you had a few seniors come back. You're one of them, and we will not going to get in detail about Carlos's journey, because this varsity season is very special for Carlos. But tune into the 100th episode, you're gonna learn a little bit more.
Yes,
My bad, Julian. That's your interview.
Yes, it is. It's his interview, Coach Tony. Come on, we got to get to a show and tell.
Oh, Julian was cooking.
Yeah.
I gotta let my man cook.
Okay, final question. What shoes do you wear?
Shoes. Okay.
Hit you with the shoe question.
So I used to wear the LeBron Witnesses. I used to wear those that were like like aqua and like lime green. So I used to wear those, but then I changed it as of recent. I changed that as of recent, and now I'm wearing um Jaws. That's like colorful. It's like light blue, yellow, pink. It's like colorful colors basically of
Yeah, I have a
Jaws.
pair. I have a pair of Jaws.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. So I'm currently wearing those right now for my right now, and it's been good.
Yeah. Don't you love it when a hooper interviews a hooper? Don't fall asleep on us, Julian. Are you ready for your show and tell, my brother?
Sure.
Yeah, it's been a long time to get Julian on here. This man ridiculous schedule. Um, been on him for a while, Carlos. Been what? How long, Julian? About 2 years now.
Yeah.
About 2 years. About 2 years now. Pulled up on a few of his games. Met his and I started doing Optimus about 2 years ago. That's when I met his dad. Do Optimus. So I finally got him on the pod, and then hopefully I can get him on the court.
Okay.
Hopefully I can get him on the court, but I don't just Carlos thinks I just randomly pick people to come on the podcast. No, I don't. I do my homework. I do my homework. So before we go into the photo portion, do you have any awards or anything you want to show your audience who's being very
Yeah.
quiet, by the way?
Sure. I got this ring from PSD National Combine. Um, these are just three of my favorite medals. I all won these like in like the same month. And then I got this. It's like a presidential award. It's for like academics and stuff.
All right. Very impressive.
Nice. We 1000% support academic achievements, Julian. So we gotta do something for Julian. All right, we gotta do something for Julian. Maybe we might pull up on him on Pioneer one day. Um, who knows? But we love academics. Basketball will only take you so far, but academics last a lifetime. But, you know, academics last a lifetime. So shout out to both of you guys. Y'all kicking butt in the classroom. And
Yeah.
who knows? Y'all might go to Florida State together.
Yeah.
Carlos be graduated by then.
Yeah.
You still got to go through. You still got one more year of middle school, and then you got 4 years of high school.
Dude,
Two.
Yeah. That's like Vafe.
Oh, you get another one of these. You made Pioneer as a sixth grader. Let me get my. Carlos gonna say Camden would say I'm glazing you, but
who's Camden?
you don't want to know that guy.
I think I might know him.
No, we're not talking about Harzinski. Not that Camden. That's my guy too. But nah, Villavaso, who filled in for me when I couldn't make the show. Really good kid, likes to troll though. Something about them Texas athletes and trolling. But you get this for your academics. Another one. Bad. That was all bad. There we go. All right. So, as you know, in a few days, our 100th episode is coming up. So, we are going to showcase our top, from our 100th episodes, our top clips, top photos, top interviews, top all of it from our 100th episode. Me and Carlos is going to be busy before this week, before that 100th episode, going through all this content and picking out the ones that's gonna that's gonna be on the show. But you guys helped us in two areas. First, with the photos. So we have our top photos here. We kind of have an idea now what photos we're gonna show on the show. But we would like you to vote and give your critique on these photos that stood out through these first 97 episodes. So you ready to give your expertise?
Yes.
All right. All right, let's get to the dang Carlos. How many?
What?
Man, you got a lot of stuff over here.
What?
All right, this first a lot of overlays. Well, this first one is from our guy Storm Russo, who is on episode 20, elite quarterback. He, hopefully he'll throw for my USC Trojans and shatter records. But this one is new. This is like the second time we didn't show this one, but I like it because of his creativity. So, Julian, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 meaning that it's goated, 1 meaning I need to burn it and never show it on the internet or ever again. How do you rate this one?
An 8.95.
My man gave him 3 digits. My man said at 8.95. And why at 8.95?
Oh no, it's just it wasn't a 9, but it wasn't an 8.9.
So just 8.9. So it's in the middle.
Yeah.
All right. And this next one, I did tell you Carlos's brother is also on that Cypress Bay varsity team. He's the first athlete to be featured on the photos and the videos to be voted. But here's Christian Rios. He's also a Patriots fan. I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
Oh, that's tough. That's a 9.7.
My man loved decimals, Carlos.
I
Yeah.
know.
You get an A++ in math.
Yeah.
Is math your favorite subject?
Yeah.
I can tell. All right, so Christian, you got a 9.77. All right. Here's the next one. This is from Montana McBride. He might like it because it got green in it, Carlos.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. All right. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. I saw this on your Instagram.
Oh yeah. He's
Um,
one of our sponsored athletes as well.
9.136.
My man said 9.136. Are you keeping track of this, Carlos?
Yes, I can't believe I'm here. But yeah, okay. I'm writing them down.
So why a 9.136?
Because it's green and it didn't have the worthiness of being a 9.137 or a 9.135.
Okay.
This is going to be a great interview. All right, this next one is from Lambo. There's a disclaimer. This is real fire on his hands.
Mm,
Oh, he's about to get a 5.
8.2.
All right, and why at 8.2?
Because it's just I don't like just the black in the background. I feel like if they would have added stuff to the background, it would have been more good.
All right, so something like this.
Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. That's like a 9.3.
9.3. All right. This next one is from my man. It's from Camden Harzinski. He also made his middle school basketball team, but he made it as a fifth grader. And he put this together to celebrate it.
Mm, 8.5.
Oh, he got a solid 8.5, Carlos. It wasn't no 8.52 or 8.53.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
solid
8.5.
8.5.
Okay.
And why 8.5?
Because of the logo.
Oh, you like the Bulldogs? Please tell me you're
Yeah.
not a Georgia fan.
No,
Oh, thank goodness.
I hate them.
Oh, thank goodness. It would have been an awkward show, Carlos, if you was a Georgia fan. All right, the next one is from Tate Medina. This is Carlos's dude. So I'm gonna let Carlos. I always let Carlos bring this one on.
Yeah, so Tate Medina, he's from Texas, football player. Um, he plays a little bit of receiver, linebacker, I know. But yeah, he's a very elite player from Texas. And yeah, so this was his media day, Julian. So as you can see in that picture, that was his media day for his team. So how would you rate that 1 out of 10?
9.1.
9.1. Okay. Why 9.1?
Because it's not as good as the 9.136.
Okay. All right.
And
There.
you know who got the 9.136, Carlos?
I know.
All right. Last but not least, our guy Remy Payne, the first athlete slash actor that we've had on here who actually has film credit to his name. So here's Remy Payne, who looks totally different now with his haircut.
9.9.
He got a 9.9, Carlos.
So close to a 10.
But he's Julian's goated because he appreciates my hard work. This was actually from a video. They didn't have any pictures to send in, so I had to create his overlay. So I did this from a video. He was actually taking his helmet off so I had to. It took me 45 minutes to get it like this before he was taking it off. So you ready to get into yours?
Yes.
Yeah, let's get into yours, man. You want to talk about yourself? You don't want to talk about other people's stuff. You want to talk about your stuff. All right. So since you showed us some rings earlier, tell us about this one.
That one? It's a 7.
No. You know what? No, you're not.
6.7.
No. You're not voting for it, Julian. This is your show and tell now. We're showing yours. So you tell us the story about how the combine was and how you won this ring.
So this combine was pretty good because there's a lot of good basketball players there. But I won this ring because it was off of stats. I was not the best scorer there, but I would get 15 rebounds a game and stuff, while averaging 10 points a game. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to get me the ring.
Carlos can respect that.
Very important. Rebounds, very important. Rebounds. Hey, 15 rebounds as a guard. That's crazy.
That's Russell Westbrook numbers.
Yeah, something like that.
Oscar Robertson numbers.
Oscar Robertson. Yep.
All right, and we got one more. Oh, is that the same ring from the side?
Yeah.
All right, and then we got to talk about this tough picture here. You over here looking like this is your NBA 2K screensaver right here.
Oh yeah, that was tough.
What would you vote this one, Carlos? 1 out of 10.
I would rate that. Let me see. Let me go full screen here. I would rate that.
No
I would
pressure.
rate-
Julian's watching. No pressure.
I know, right? He's very right there. I'm gonna go with. I'm probably gonna go 9. I'm probably gonna go 9.
Solid 9.
Respectable. Respectable.
All right. So tell us about how you took this tough picture, and shout out to the photographer for getting this.
So this picture was like optional, but the photographer was yelling at me because I wasn't in his range. So
So-
yeah.
So you had to get in the range.
Yeah.
But it came out tough. Be like you about ready to cook Luca.
Yeah.
All right, and tell us, give us a story behind this one, and
So that's
shout out to Cartier Edwards. We're gonna get him on here too. He was supposed to be on here last weekend, but had a late game, so we're gonna get Cartier back on here. I hope I said his name right.
Yeah, you did.
Kid's a dog. Kid's a dog, Carlos.
Yeah.
There's 2 dogs in that picture, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. My coach and Cardi, not me. I'm not a dog.
Stop it.
All right, so that was me and Cardi. We're on the same team, and like we both went, and we both ended up getting the top 20. No, the ring thing, but yeah, it was a pretty cool experience, and that's my coach, and he's taught me like all of my good moves and stuff. So yeah.
Did you tell him he can give as many shout outs as he wants, Carlos?
No, I forgot about that. Yeah, so Julian, so basically you can just give as many shout outs as you can. Coaches, players.
Okay, so shout out to Cardi, shout out to Coach Brian, shout out to me, and shout out to Carlos Rios, and shout out to Coach T.
Hey, we got
Hey, we got a shout out, bro. We got a shout out.
There
We
you
got a
go.
shout out, bro. We got a shout out.
There you go.
All right, so tell us a story about this one.
Oh yeah, that picture I look clueless.
Why you say clueless, bro?
Look at my face.
Being honest.
All right,
That
well
was
let's talk about the event then, and the
Okay,
award that you won.
so that was like in a perseverance tournament. Like we were against perseverance, and we were like down the whole time by like 10 points, and then like me and Cardi started to hit a bunch of threes and everything, and then like we ended up coming back, and then we won.
Respect. All right, I can respect that, right, Carlos?
Yeah.
So which victory you like the most? Winning by a buzzer beater, an epic comeback, or a blowout?
Buzzer beater epic comeback.
Oh, he picked 2, Carlos. He said a
Thank you.
buzzer beater and an epic comeback.
Yeah.
What about you, Carlos? Same question.
Shoot. Well, they're all good. Buzzer beater obviously is amazing. Comebacks, they're just great. I'm probably gonna go for 2 here. I'll probably say, I would say blowout, but it kind of depends on the team, because if the team's like trash, then it's like, okay, it's boring. But if it's a blowout against an average team, then yeah, I'll say blowout. But it kind of depends on the team, So if it's an average team, then I'll say blowout. But I'm pick 2 here: blowout and comeback.
Yeah, how can you blow a team out and come back at the same time?
No. But what I'm saying is like,
Oh, it can be done.
So those are your 2 favorite? Those are your 2 favorite?
Yeah, 2 favorites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you can have an epic comeback and blow them out at the same time.
I've never done that.
It requires a lot of hard work, but yeah.
Wait till you do. I think that what Carlos said about blowing on the trash team was a kind of a jab at my team.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Your team is trash.
No, we beat a team 57-4.
You did.
Yeah, but
Who's the star player?
they weren't that good. They're all stars in my opinion, because
They're all
I
good
gotta,
in their different way.
I got to give my political answer as a coach, but I got to give a shout out to to the Maverick Mason though.
Mm.
He gives when Ish hits the fan, Mason go get a bucket for me. So, and he's a 2-time guest on the show.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of the PSD Combine, you don't look clueless in this picture.
Yeah, this one I look almost too happy.
Boy, you look lit right here.
Yeah, I was so happy at this moment. I was feeling like a different person
All right, tell us why.
because I was called for I was seeing all the people that I was standing next to, and I'm like, yeah, I'm as good as these kids, and even better.
So you had some good. Yeah, there's always good comp at the PSD Combine.
Yeah.
I wish we took a picture.
That kid behind me right there. Yeah, he was he was good. He was trying to battle me for all the rebounds. Me and him were just battling the whole game.
As battling each other for all the rebounds.
Yeah, battling because we were both locking each other up.
Nothing like an intense. All great athletes love comp. It's nothing like meeting. Finding that tough matchup, getting that comp out there, battling each other, and then the respect afterwards. Unless it's somebody you don't like and it's your arch rival, then it's just going to be a bloodbath. All right, so let's talk about
this was another Perseverance tournament. That was me, Hudson, and Cardi. We were players of the game. No, we were all tournament team. We won that game by I think it was 2 or 3 points. It was back to back the whole time.
Now those are the type of games I like.
You'd be up 3 and then down 3 and then up 3 and then down 3.
Yeah, that's the games that I like.
It's crazy.
Them battles.
Yeah.
Wire to wire wins are good because it shows you that your team is locked in on your game plan. Everybody's handling their business. But a dog fight, those are the best, and you want to do them again. All right, so let's get to the next one. We spoke about Pioneer. So tell us a little bit about your school season and how it felt to make it as a 6th grader.
So, well, when I went in to the tryouts, I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna. So there was 2 things. It was 6th grade tryouts and then 7th and 8th grade tryouts. I was thinking about, okay, I'm totally gonna make it through 6th grade, and I did. But when I got to the 7th and 8th grade, there was kids super big. And I was kind of scared of them, but then I locked in, and I went crazy and hit 5 straight threes in a game, and yeah.
Did you get a bucket on Adrian?
Yeah, I did.
Good, you the man.
I dunk on Adrian.
I don't know about that. That dude's kind of buff now. You dunked on Adrian.
He's too little for me. And tell him I said that.
Oh, he must be talking about 2 different Adrians here. I'm talking about Adrian Castro.
Yeah, Adrian Castro, the kid that made the basketball team.
Oh, so we talking about the same. You saying he too little?
Yeah, I'm dunking on him.
All right, Adrian, you heard it. He dunking on you. Well, I know you're going to dunk on his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julian. Shout out to Julian, who loved to troll me every time he see me with his little ugly self. Not you, Julian. I'm talking about Adrian's brother.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this this spread you got here. Let me remove. Let me see. I don't know if I can remove the chat, the comment. There you go. All right, go ahead and Carlos.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read this and read the spread.
All right. Julian LaFleur, 5'4", shooting guard, class 2032, Pioneer Middle School. You got your IG on there. Julian is a young guard who lived in the paint and was very tough off the bounce. He aggressively looked for gaps to get downhill, and when he got into the heart of the defense, he did a good job making plays by either scoring or finding open teammates. He also showed his ability to initiate the offense when playing on the ball and the understanding of how to move when playing off the ball. He made hustle plays throughout the day and as he battled on the glass and got after loose balls.
That was a very, very good spread. No lies told. And you get one of these. Because you done brought the house down with that spread. So tell me how you like getting a spread like this. How does that make you feel? And where you going to go from here after getting a spread like this in your first year in middle school ball?
Well, how this actually started happening was like there was like some scout dude and he asked me what my name was in my Instagram, and like I didn't find out a year later that I had this. And then from here on out I can only get better. There's no going down, only up.
Fact, especially if you cooking Adrian.
Yeah. They call me Adrian Cooker.
And if you run into Jason Gomez, cook him too.
Who's that?
See, he don't even know who he is, man. He said he's not even worthy. No, that's my dude, Jason. Though. No, that's my dude, Jason. Well, my guy Kaysen knows you all too well. He was hyped.
Yeah, so Kaysen. Yeah, that's who it was. I thought Kaysen Camden. You know, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Kaysen. I gotta have the pleasure of coaching that dude right now.
His brother was on my Optimus team. That's how I know him.
Yeah, I coached against his brother about 2 years ago when they were in the starter division. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Kaysen.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm surprised he's not on here with his ugly self. I'm gonna have to rip him tomorrow at practice.
Tell him that I had a shout out for him.
I will. And then you get to neck him at school tomorrow for not being on your episode.
Yeah.
Not that joke that I couldn't condone violence. We don't condone violence of any kind here on the Be Ready Sports Podcast. But if you know Kaysen, he deserves it.
Yes.
All right, so tell us the story about this one.
So that's like, there's me and Cardi in that photo. This was like on something, I think it was called like Next Level. I don't know. It's like, and like they just look like, it was like the scout guy. He was like, it was like he was looking for like young talent or something, and then he just asked me what my name was, and then yeah, I feel happy that I'm on this, you know.
Yep, and that guy in the background almost looks like my dude Carter.
Which one?
The tall guy in the back with the blonde hair.
Oh.
My dude Carter. He goes. Well, I'm not going to blast what school he goes to, but Carlos, I got to tell you, he goes to the school that Raja used to coach at in Plantation.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And here you go. Look like you're about to, you know, he got his cooking utensils out right now, about to serve dinner. Um, so give us this little story here on this picture.
I actually don't even know what happens on this play. I'm not even gonna lie.
So you was cooking that bad, you just don't know. You was cooking so
Yeah.
much you can't remember.
I cooked on every play, so I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, he does talk trash, Carlos. You can tell.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to give us a good line though before the show's over, so he can be on the 100th episode,
Hey.
like with Jewels. I just take a deep breath and I just cook them. All right, we got two more.
You know what? In school, I search my name up all the time, and this is the first thing that comes up.
I like on the web.
Yeah.
Do it, Carlos. Google them and see if it pops up.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Okay. Let's
Like,
see.
that means Julian famous.
I know.
So how does it feel to be famous, bro? Like your name just pops up in a Google search.
No, it's tough, you know?
Very tough.
Very tough.
All right, we got one more. Then we'll go into your video portion. While Carlos is googling you, there's you and Mr. Marcus McGee.
Yeah.
So how was it at the Marcus McGee Best of the Best?
It was pretty cool because there was like some good basketball players there, but like, I usually get a photo with them at the end of every single one. But yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a pretty chill guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he sends me the tournament updates almost every weekend. He like, Coach, get your squad in there. Get your squad in there. Shout out to Marcus McGee. Been to a lot of his tournaments. I love playing up there at NSU though. Carlos came to one of my games at NSU about a couple years ago when I had Adrian on there. And we got the smack kicked out of us from the team that he went to, the South Florida Heat. All right, so that's that. That's your that's the photo portion. I'm gonna let Carlos quarterback the video portion.
All right, but first, you know, I searched up your name, Julian, and here's what popped up. So let me share my screen.
Share screen. Look, he's nervous, bro. I haven't seen him this nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Ready?
Well, you got to bring it on the screen, Carlos.
Yeah, I know. Check and make sure, you know. It's a youth
Ooh, that's tough, bro.
Told you. That's tough.
Dude. Ooh, shout out to being the first player that we ever live Google fact checked while on the pod.
That's first ever right there.
First ever athlete that we Googled on live. And look what popped up, bro. That is sick right there.
Yes, indeed. You know,
Like, bro, you up there with the NBA players, bro. You Google your name and look what your whole spread come up. They got your boy Cartier name on there too.
Yeah.
Your teammates.
here he is. All the key players.
Talk about your social media, man. Respect. So what you got to say about this, Julian?
I'd say that I was right, and that it's pretty cool, you know.
Now you gonna start something. Now everybody gonna want us to Google them while they on live.
Yeah, everyone that's watching this, if you're gonna be on here next, tell them to Google them live.
Google them live, Carlos. You heard that, right?
Hey, it's on their discretion. You know, if they want to, then hey, I got no problem doing it.
All right, so we don't want to keep you on here all night. We're getting close to our time, so let's get into your video portion.
All right, so let me stop sharing the thing. Oops.
Stop.
Okay. All right.
Great journalistic language, Carlos. Let me stop sharing the thing.
Yeah, the tab. Yeah.
The thingy, the thingamajigget.
All right, so Tony, to do the videos from the 100th episode, or we're gonna get straight right into Julian's.
No, he can still vote. But
Okay.
we just gonna do it real quick.
All right.
You want to vote, or you just want to go straight into your videos, Julian? It's
I
up
want
to
to
you.
vote.
That
Okay.
my man wants to vote.
All right. All right. So
I still can't understand what happened to Trey's chase down block. I put it on here to be voted on, and it's disappeared
Trey?
off the face of the earth.
Trey? He was at best of the best too.
Michael Zach, right?
Yeah.
Trey Michael Zach, indeed. All right, Julian. So same thing for the photos. Same thing we're gonna do the videos. Rated 1 out of 10. And here's the first one from Jalen Reese McFarland. So here's his thing.
Out of the way.
Okay.
I hope y'all was able to watch it. My screen was black. You know how they when they do blackouts, when they do the home team blackouts, I just got a home team blackout on that video.
All right, so Julian, rate out 1 out of 10.
So this is a 8.
Dang, Carlos.
8.992.
8. Why is it an 8.92?
No, 992.
Yeah, 92. Yeah.
It's just the move was tough.
All right. 8.92 indeed.
He gonna go on 100 episode. We gonna talk about how he votes.
Yeah, decimals. All right, Julian. So this next one is CJ. Not really. Well, his name's Chad Johnson Jr., but he's not related to Ocho Cinco. So yeah. So here's his thingy.
His thingy.
It's on mute. So. All right, Julian. How do you rate that?
A 9.
What?
A 9.
You finally gave somebody a solid number. What?
Finally,
Just
solid.
9. Just 9. Actually, 9.000.
There you go. That's my dude.
Okay.
He's back.
9.000.
All right, Julian. So here's his next one from my brother Christian Rios, game winner right here.
100 because he likes the Patriots.
100 already off the bat without even looking at the clip.
Well, we have a winner. You don't even need to show it. Nah, go ahead, show it.
All right, let's just show the video. 6 seconds. 6 seconds. One-legged 3.
9.842.
Okay, why is it a 9.842?
Because he likes the Patriots and the move was good.
All right.
Wow. Because he's a Patriots. Oh my gosh. Get out of here, Julian. Well, it was a great show, guys. I thank you guys for tuning in. Let's go ahead and show the next one. You like soccer?
I played it for 1 year.
All right. Well, here's a soccer clip from Case and Velez. Probably the only soccer player that's been on here, right, Tony? Only?
So far, yeah. The only one.
5 seconds. All right, here it is.
Yes, Casey!
My screen went black. I didn't even see that.
Okay, so I will play it again. All right, it's 5 seconds. So
Okay.
Here it is.
Yes, Casey!
Okay. So that's 8.201.
0.201. Okay.
Why at 8.201?
Because it's just not worthy enough for 8.202, but it's too good for 8.2.
Wow. That
All right.
explanation right there, Carlos.
I know. That's a lot of math involved in that. All right.
He said a lot of math.
Yeah, I know. All right, Julian. So here's his next one from Jordan Stevens, one of our past guests. So
Florida representing.
Wait, Jordan, PSD.
all right, so here's the video from Jordan Stevens.
Oh, good D, baby! Oh! Oh, let's go!
Right?
9.51.
All right. Why is that 9.51?
Because it's tough.
It's tough. All right. Simple, straight to the point. All right.
Nah, he is tough.
Yeah, he is. All right. Next clip is probably the longest clip that we have on here. Keelan Hollowell from Texas. This is the longest clip that's been on here. So it's 6 seconds long. So, yeah. So watch this.
Okay. So that one is a 9.95.
All right. Why is it at 9.95?
Because I tried that move and I almost rolled my ankle.
No.
Yikes.
No way.
Yeah, that move is difficult, I'm telling you.
East Bay off the dribble. That's unique.
I can do
All
a
right.
normal East Bay, but not an East Bay off the dribble.
Yeah, that's taking it to a whole nother level. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna show your clips. We have 4 clips here. All right, you want to tell us a story about your clips? We're gonna show everybody why you belong on the Be Ready Sports podcast, not just because I know you. All right, no favoritism. You earned it. All right. So Carlos is the 35-second one, and then
Alrighty.
the last 3 because I forgot to upload those before we went live.
All right. So 35 seconds. So here's the 35-second one.
That help.
All right. Coach Tony has a reaction for that pass.
Touchdown. Why you push dude, bro, like that, bro? Come on, bro. Why you
QB1. QB1.
you had to push dude like that, bro? You already locked him up. And you had to give the ball up. You didn't have to push him too. Like, get out of here.
Because I'm locked in.
All right, so tell us what camp that was at and how
Best
was
of the
the
best.
experience?
The experience was pretty good because I got where is it? Right here. I got this.
Top 10. Top 10.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
it's
you-
pretty cool.
It's a pretty good event. You know, he's been doing that event for a very long time.
Yeah.
I think the first time we went was where, Carlos?
IMG.
IMG, way up there.
Bradenton.
We traveled for that one, so it was pretty. It was pretty good. I think you guys went to it when it was in Naples.
4.
He has one in Orlando that we go to sometimes.
Yeah, he has them all over the place. He has it at the end of the year. He has it down here. He has it down here in Miami. Then he has it in Naples, Orlando, and then of course I don't know if he does it in Bradenton anymore, but
I don't think he does it in there anymore.
but that was a long trip.
Yep, indeed.
All right, are you ready for the next clip? Let's get it. Let's go.
11 seconds, right, Tony?
Yep, it's 11 seconds. I think it was from one of the ones you were talking about earlier. When we were doing the photo portion.
All right, so
when you was talking about yourself, talking about you were looking lost.
Yeah.
so there's 2 in 11 seconds. So just play one
Play
of them.
the first one.
All right, here's the
Come
first
on,
one.
come on, Los. I like how they made it look like he was in NBA 2K.
Yeah. One day. 99 overall.
Bet.
9.
Bet. I'm gonna hold you to it.
99.
I'm gonna hold you to it and get you in 2K. All right, so tell us a little bit. Give us a story behind that clip right there.
So on that one, like we were losing that game, and our coach kept telling us just like that their inside defense is weak. That we needed like once we pass, we need to cut. So that's what I did. I cut to the middle. I got it, and I just put a floater up.
You should have dunked it. Should have dunked it, Drew.
Dunked it.
You should have Anthony Edwards that jump.
Nah.
Just
I have like a 2-inch vertical.
bro, cap.
2.
Maybe
Bro,
one.
yeah.
Maybe one. Maybe
Bro, don't
one.
be flaming yourself on the podcast. Everybody gonna see this.
Yeah.
All right, so here's
He even he talks trash to himself. That's how much he loves talking trash.
yeah. So I'll play the second one or the 17.
But the 2 at the bottom is his.
Yeah, so 11 or 17.
It does. Carlos, you're a quarterback in this. Come on, journalists.
Okay, so let's go with this one.
Cut through. There you go. Good job.
Should have dunked that one too. That would have been a nice reverse.
Yeah.
That would have been a sick reverse. Just boom.
Nah, East Bay dunk.
You gonna do a 360 East Bay dunk?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna hold you to that one too.
Yeah, that requires a lot of hops for that one.
Yeah, I can do it on a trampoline.
Trampoline.
Oh, dunking off a trampoline is sick.
It is. You know, you can do the sickest things on a trampoline. It's crazy.
Try dunking with your feet, Carlos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's next level stuff. Just don't land on the top of your head because you're going to the hospital.
Oh no! If you land on your head,
you're going to the hospital, bro. If you do that.
Yeah.
But then on my head, my opponents will be lucky because then they don't have to face me.
He's still trash talking.
I know. I know that's crazy.
We don't want you landing on your head, Julian.
Yeah. Do not land on your head. You know, when you're taking a charge, do not. I repeat, do not. When you're taking a charge, keep your head here. Because if you do this and you hit the back of your head, you're screwed. Let's just say that. You're screwed.
We both got a shout out, Julian, so I put the comment on the screen. And you got to give my boy Carlos a shout out too.
I'm third wheeling over here. Third wheeling. Yes. So basically, what I'm saying is, don't hit the back of your head while taking the charge, because if you do, you're
No
screwed.
hurt.
Yeah, you're screwed. Because
You're gonna be carted out of there just like they do professional fighters when they don't know where they're at.
Yeah, exactly. And also that's why in boxing they say that
Oh,
you can't hit him behind the head. What?
my bad. Kaysen's is watching the Instagram run now. So tell him what you said earlier, Julian.
Shout out to Kaysen.
And what you gonna do tomorrow when you see him at school?
I'm gonna tell him that he should have been watching it the whole time.
And neck him.
Yeah.
Right
And dunk on him.
Yeah. He said he going 360 on you, Kaysen. You got to rewatch the episode.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying, and that's why in boxing they say that you can't hit behind the head because that's an illegal shot. So
I should send Kaysen the link so he can come on here, so they can trash talk each other.
this was a fun night. Yeah.
You want me to send him the link, Julian?
Do it.
All right. Say less.
Okay. So.
All right, Carlos. While we're doing that, go ahead and show the final clip.
Yep, I was just gonna say that. Yep. So here's the last clip, 17 seconds long. So here it is.
Nice, go, go, go! All the way, you got it. Oh, come on, there you go.
That was Adrian.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, indeed. So Julian, give a little backstory about that play right there.
So that was my first time off the bench in that game. So I just locked in and decided that I was gonna get a steal, and I did. And then Adrian finished the layup for me.
Hey, but that was a scary layup he did. It was so high, and I thought he was gonna miss it, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" But
shout out to LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers getting dubbed by 30 tonight.
There he is walking
in
out.
Cleveland.
It doesn't fail. He always walking out. He just walked out right now. He's the first one in the locker room.
Shout out to LeBron James, everyone's GOAT besides mine. Kaysen said give him 15 minutes.
I'm in the shower.
Wow, you just gonna blast him like that?
All right.
You better hurry up.
Yeah.
You better make that shower quick.
No, you don't. We're gonna be smelling like who did it in 1-4. No. Nah, we ain't gonna clown my man like that. All right. So Carlos, we're at the point of the show. You saw. Who watches YouTube in the shower, bro? That is weird.
Yeah, wait. He's watching YouTube in the shower.
I just thought about that, bro. He said I'm in this who? Whoa.
What?
Well, bro. Stop trolling, bro.
Where'd he get that from? That was so random.
Bro, did you hear him at practice? He be saying something. Never mind. I ain't gonna go there. That dude be saying some crazy stuff, bro. All right, so Carlos, we're at the part of the show where you did the Q&A, you did the sports topics. You saw the photo portion. We know he's great at math with the voting, and you saw the videos. So this is a part of the show where Carlos gives his overall critique and analysis of you. and he will tell you if you were worthy of being on the Be Ready Sports podcast. Carlos is very tough. Dun 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 dun.
All right.
Dun dun. Dun. Look, he's locked in, bro.
Yeah, I know.
He's
Yeah,
locked.
Julian, you have a very high IQ. Especially during those 11 seconds clips, I was really impressed how you cut to the middle, like you cut to the middle to the teeth of the defense, and you score like well. And I know the second 11 clip you didn't, but the effort to get there, you know, and that's some high IQ stuff. Like I definitely see you as a 2, 3, maybe even a 4, maybe like playing in that high post, playing that high post, and, you got a very high IQ, especially in that 17-second clip where you were just on that defender. Hey, you're a dog on defense, and you got a very high IQ. That can go a long way. You got IQ, you got defense. Hey, I love it.
Yeah, Julian, you have a very high IQ.
Yeah.
I learned that right now through the whole analysis. You have a high IQ.
Yeah. During these ratings,
Carlos.
During these ratings, I thought I was thinking 40 times right here with these decimals.
Thought you was in algebra class.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Now round them all up.
Round them all up?
Yeah, round them all up.
So you want me to say like round it up, like all these people?
Man, he's actually gonna do it, Julian. He's actually gonna do it. He's gonna actually round it up. What's your overall rating for Julian?
Oh, me?
Nah, Santa Claus.
Overall rating? What do you mean? It's the first time you do it.
What's his rating? Give him his 2K rating.
2K? Oh, it's 2K rating.
Yeah, overall, it's 70 overall, 72.8653.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give a decimal. Obviously, I'm gonna go straight up decimal. Probably youth, like in regards to youth basketball, I'm gonna go with like an 8, around the 80s overall.
80 overall. That's a respectful goal. Told you he's tough.
I'm at 99.
A 99.
You gave my man at 80. All right. So before we let you go, there's 2 other questions that we ask all of our hoopers that come on the show. All right. You and Carlos talked about this earlier, but we got to ask you. You got a big tournament or showcase coming up that's out of town. Besides your slides and your comfortable shoes, what are the top 3 shoes that you get that's going in your bag?
So, like, they're allowed to be just, like, they don't have to be basketball shoes? Or do they have to be basketball shoes?
No, it's what your top 3.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong answer. I just said besides your slides because everybody, all real hoopers throw the slides in there.
Okay, so, you have to get the Nike P6000s. Okay, then you gotta get the D'Angelo Russell shoes, and then you gotta get.
My brother don't even get the name of his shoe, Carlos. He just said the D'Angelo Russell shoes.
Oh, fun.
And then you gotta get this is a tough one. Oh, then you have to get just any pair of New Balance.
Any pair of New Balance. Okay.
Hey, low key, them shoes are very comfortable. New Balances is very comfortable. I ain't even gonna lie. All right, not bad choices. Not bad choices. I'm surprised we didn't hear no Sabrinas.
No.
Or no Kobe's.
No, I don't like Kobe's.
Or no LeBrons. Well, of course, you're a Celtic fan. I wouldn't expect you to like Kobe's. You're a Celtics fan. Not everybody could be perfect.
Yeah. All right. So the second question that we asked Julian, every athlete has a story behind their number. So what is your number and what's the story behind it?
My number is 8. The story behind number 8 is just because that's what number I wore during Optimus, so I just decided to stay with that number.
Gotcha.
That is interesting. Most people ditch their optimism.
I know, it was just like random because
Yeah, you just get random numbers.
I know, it was like, and I was like, oh, number 8, pretty cool. And so and then I just decided to keep it because it was just like.
And how many people came up to you and thought you picked that because of Kobe?
Like 9 out of 10 people.
And you just tell them, nope, this is the number I had in Optimus, and they're gonna look at you like, bro, what the f is an Optimus? Nah, but for a development league, the comp there is like, if you gotta rate development leagues, I give Optimus a 9 out of 10 as far as competition.
Yeah, competition wise, yeah.
Yeah, because they have some very, very top. I ain't gonna say top comp, but some nice competition.
It's basically like travel almost, because like you get a bunch of kids that play travel that just go there and play for fun.
Yeah, but then you also get the kids that shouldn't even be on the basketball court out there playing.
Yeah.
That got to get playing time.
Yep.
The one that you refuse to pass the ball to,
Yeah.
no matter how open he is. You get those out there that trip over their own 2 feet. I actually had a kid do that in the middle of a game, running up and down the court, tripped over his own 2 feet. I looked at his mom, was like, please stop bringing him. Stop embarrassing the poor kid. All right. So you got 2 choices, Julian. We can wrap this show up, or you can see if this ugly dude is gonna click the link and call in. It's your choice. Before mom comes in here and says we got to cut the show off. Because, you and Carlos
We can
both.
do the beefing at school, we can do the beefing at school. So, yeah.
Please don't. I don't want him to come to practice with a black eye, so please don't punch him in the face.
Okay, I said we wrap it up.
Don't punch him in the face. Don't punch him in the face. All right, man. I had some trivia for him. All right, Carlos.
Yeah.
All right, Julian. All right, before we let you go, this part of the show, you can give as many shout outs as you want and tell everybody how they can find you and what upcoming and what you got going on next. Like what you got coming up basketball wise. I don't tell them that you're about to eat dinner and go to bed. No, don't tell them that.
Okay, so I'm about to eat dinner. I'm joking. Okay, so I have some up. So we basically do tournaments every weekend, and yeah, my Instagram is Julian LaFleur 8, and make sure that you follow Be Ready Sports podcast.
Respect. Y'all heard what he said, and y'all better go follow Julian LaFleur 8.
Yeah.
Man, them follows need to go up by 1,000 in the morning.
Yeah.
All right, you got any shout outs you want to give out to any coaches, players, your parents, God?
My brother.
I'm gonna shout out to your brother. Shout out to brother.
Yeah.
I know.
Who's cooking who? Out of you and your brother?
I'm cooking my brother because he's 6.
Oh yeah, you gonna stir. Yeah, you gonna stir fry him. You gonna put him in a blender. You gonna be dribbling the ball around his head like.
Yeah, broke his ankles.
Poor kid. He's 6.
Hey, no mercy, right?
Yeah.
You step on the court, no mercy.
Only way he gets better.
Yo, that's the only way he's gonna get better is cooking them. Stir fry style.
Yeah.
All right, Carlos. Let's go do Don't go anywhere, Julian. We're gonna do the show wrap up with you and your parents. But Carlos, go ahead and do the spiel.
All right. Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're here live on YouTube. So please make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get notified of when we go live here on YouTube. And also follow our Instagram. We're also live on Instagram too, at Be Ready Sports Podcast on Instagram. That's where we post sports.
What up,
news.
Mateo? Sorry,
Yeah.
Mateo said, "What's up, Coach D?"
All right, what's up, then? Follow our Instagram, sports news, podcast clips, anything podcast
Oh, I'm
related.
sorry, Carlos. Shout out to JJ. You know, Bam Bam and JJ.
Yeah, the ones
That was
that
on
you
there?
interviewed. Yeah.
JJ's on it. Just popped in on the Instagram live. Shout out to JJ. He still ain't
Shout
cut his hair yet, Carlos.
Shout out. Yeah, so like, share, subscribe on the YouTube, hit the bell icon so that you get notified when we go live and when our 100th episode will be. So hit the bell icon so that you get notified when we go live.
Days.
Yeah, so hit the bell icon.
Well, 3 days.
At Be Ready Sports Podcast on Instagram. Please make sure to follow our Instagram at Be Ready Sports Podcast. Silent Fear down online. This is Theron West II. That is his clothing line. Football athlete from California. This is his clothing line. Silent Fear down online. That is his clothing line. Donate to Zelle, not Cash App. 954-664-8962. All proceeds of the show will go towards the show to upgrade it and make it better. So donate to Zelle at 954-664-8962. Pickup Portal. He just came here, I believe last week. Sean from Pickup Portal, he came here basically just, talking about his business, basically the updates, renovations, and things of that nature.
Renovations.
Well, you know what I mean. Updates. You know what I mean. Updates.
Nah, we ain't gonna do Sean like that. Come on, bro.
Updates.
Shout out to pickupportal.com. If you are a coach and you're down players for the weekend, currently right now he does baseball. You got a big tournament come up. You short pitchers. You need 2 or 3 in the lineup. Register on pickupportal.com. Find you some players in your area to fill in for that tournament, and vice versa. If you're a player, you're sitting at home bored, you got nothing to do, you want to get some burn this weekend, go in there and find you a team, and who knows, you might find you a new team, make some new friends. And coming up, it's going to expand to baseball, football, and soccer. So, yeah.
All right, there you go.
All right, go ahead and finish it before Julian goes to sleep.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to wrap it up here. Casey Velez, that's his YouTube channel. First soccer player that we interviewed at CV7 Rocket. That is his YouTube channel. So please make sure to subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to Remy Payne's channel, the first athlete actor on this podcast at Remy Game Football 5250. And last but not least, it's William Miller. Coach Tony interviewed William Miller in episode 90. You can check that out. This is his website. It's William Miller, combat athlete, motivational speaker. Am I correct, Tony?
Yep.
Yeah, so if you guys want to check that out, episode 90. All right.
All right. And like I said, we're going to do a quick wrap up after this, Julian, with you and your parents. Thank you for coming on, man. You are a kick-ass guest. We're going to have to do this again. All right, bro?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Carlos.
And 3,
count us out.
2, 1.
All right, to be ready.
Stay ready.
All right, we out, y'all. Tune in Friday.